Hi, Janine here from Ring Hello. I had a conversation with a prospect a couple of weeks ago that I want to share with you guys because I was asked a really important question. And that question was, how long customers similar to them stay with us? And I actually gave him a really honest answer to that question, which I will tell you a bit later, and I'm going to give you a bit of context first. Now, I'm often asked about how long a lead is going to take to come to fruition. Now, when a sales guy goes to a meeting, 100% of his time is spent on trying to convert that meeting into a lead that is a client, into a sale. So he's got this bit to do. So he goes into the meeting here and goes up to here, where they get the sale, okay? Now, there's all this stuff beforehand. There's making sure you've got the right person. There's the first call. There might be a voicemail. Leave a voicemail, send an email, call back, speak to the person, send another email, keep nurturing the relationship because the time's not quite right yet because they haven't got a product. Keep talking to them over a few months. Boom, yes, they're ready to meet. That is usually double that. So if this is as long as, say it's 3 months, you meet with somebody there, it takes 3 months for you to develop them to a lead. All of that takes 6 months. So when I was asked that question of how long a client that's in a similar market to them stays with us, my answer was probably more blunt than it should have been, because I said, right, I always make it clear to every client that we work with that, exactly as I've just said to you guys, whatever your sales cycle is, allow double that for our bit. I said, and what can happen is they'll say, yep, I understand that. They sign the contract that says, I understand that. I'll commit for 6 months. And by commit for 6 months, we only ever give a month's notice. But the point is, I tell them they need to expect it to take 6 months if they've got a 3-month sales cycle. So I say to them this. And what I said to the guys, and usually what happens is they get to month 3 and they say, I haven't closed a deal yet. And we say, well, that's because you said your sales cycle 3 months. So of course you haven't, because we haven't. And they get dissatisfied and they leave. I said, but if you're prepared to actually listen and understand what I'm saying and give it 6 months, then it's going to work. But if you don't, then it won't. And I was that blunt because I'm kind of got to that stage now. I've done this long enough. I know what I'm talking about. So if people aren't prepared to give it 6 months, if they've got a 3-month sales cycle, of course, obviously if it's shorter, it's shorter. If it's longer, it's longer. You know, we've got some cracking leads for clients where it's taken us 8 months to develop a lead. It's taken them sometimes just 2 months. But then when the lead comes in, it's 6 figures minimum. So it's all about perspective and how, you know, and all of that stuff anyway. But so I was really quite, and I think he quite liked the honesty that I gave him. Because I did just say that's the bottom line is, you know, we do have people who think that they're prepared to wait and they're not. But if you are, then it will pay off. And I think you've got to be more honest with people in business, especially in my line of work. And if people respect my expertise and my team, because we've done this long enough now, then that's great. It's going to work as a relationship together. But if they don't, then they will get dissatisfied because they're not listening from the first place. So it's, you know, swings and roundabouts from that respect. But if you're interested to find out more and to talk to me about how long we think it could take for you, sometimes they're a startup and we don't know, and in which case we'll do a month's trial and we'll say, okay, we don't know, and we give them really thorough feedback. I have no qualms in saying to somebody I don't know. I'd rather do that than say, oh yeah, you'll get 3 leads a day and pick it out of the air. Because you know what, sometimes you can get, you know, 6, 7 leads a day. Sometimes it can take 7 days to get 1 lead. It very much depends on the campaign. But as long as you're honest with somebody and you're not trying to pull the wool over their eyes, then I don't see the problem. So if you want to work with somebody who's as honest as my team are, then get in touch and we'll help and work with you. So it's 0800 009 6250 or hello@ringhello.co.uk. Or of course, if you're seeing this on social media, then ping me a message. Bye then.